Well, hello, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you guys. Well, I'm out looking at the woods here, and I come across the spruce tree and thought I would talk just a little bit about the spruce and all the attributes there are in a spruce tree. If you look at this spruce, the scientific name is Picea. In this area we have two different types of spruce trees that are native. It's the white spruce and the black spruce. Down in the swampy area generally is where you're going to find the black spruce, and up more on drier, higher land you're going to find the white spruce. But the spruce tree is something that we all use for Christmas trees every year. We cut one down and we put it up in our house as a Christmas tree to celebrate our Christ's birth. The spruce tree is a very short needle that grows on the branches that are almost flat shaped, and they will grow out on all sides, almost all directions of the branch, and is very easily identified. Different things that were used from the spruce tree from the Native Americans. Some of the things they did was they would dig up the roots out of the ground, use that for lashing, especially making canoes or making baskets and different things. The spruce root was very good for lashing. They also used the pitch on the canoe to seal the edges and the sides of the seams. The pitch was very good to keep out water from, so they could navigate the lakes and the rivers in their canoes. This also, they used the pitch to help start fires because it's very flammable, the pitch itself. But for medicine, they used it for several things. For one thing, especially on the fresh tips in the spring where you can look at the spruce tree, they would use those. They cut them off and you boil them, and they're high in vitamin C. And high in vitamin C means that a lot of the old timers, they were getting scurvy when they were out in the woods for a long period of time because of lack of vitamin C. You could have all the rabbits you want to eat, but there's no fat on rabbits, and because there's no fat, you would get scurvy. But if you take these tips, boil them in water like you're making a tea, and then drink it, that would take away any scurvy. Other things that they did with it, with the needles, is the needles are good for taking a bath. You take a few pounds of needles and you put it in your bath water, hot bath water, and it soothes the body. So they would use it in bathing as a perfume because of the scent of the spruce tree has a very nice fragrance. And when you have it in your house, if you put up a real tree in your house, you would smell that spruce tree as soon as you come in the door. The inner bark of the spruce tree, if you boil it down, it's good for many different things. It's good for rheumatism. It's good for your kidney system. They would take the pine cones from a spruce tree. They would also take and distill them or boil them down and use that to help in the urinary tract. Use the pitch for open sores. It's an antiseptic, so if you have a cut, you can put the pitch directly over that sore or that cut, and that would help keep germs out. It would also help glue a cut back together, so it was kind of used as a stitching material to glue the wound. If it was a deeper wound, they would glue it back together using pitch. So the uses of the spruce tree is immense, and it's something that we just put up in our house during Christmas time and don't think much of it, but the uses there are so great and so versatile. One of the things that I do with the roots of a spruce tree is, if you take a very young tree and you get a very thin piece of root, and I'm talking like an 1/8 inch in diameter or less, use that as the string on a bow. And I've started fire using the root of a spruce tree as my bowstring. So when you're out in the woods, try a few of these things. Discover how great a spruce tree is. It's considered one of the oldest trees in the world. They found spruce trees that date over 9,000 years old. So it's something to really consider as a survival tool, and it's very prevalent throughout the northern part of the United States.